Breaking Aryna Sabalenka celebrates. Historic WTA Finals milestone. This feels super special. The air inside the dazzling Kingdom Arena in Riyadh shimmered with anticipation, humming with the electric heartbeat of world. Class tennis. For days, the WTA Finals have been a battleground of brilliance. Champions rising, favorites falling, legends being written point by point. But tonight, something extraordinary hovered in the air, something historic, something destined to glow in the memory of tennis forever. Because tonight belonged to Aryna Sabalenka, the world. Number 2, the power hitter with A, thunderous presence, the fighter with A, lion heart who had clawed her way to every milestone, not through luck, but through relentless grit. Tonight was a night she carved her legacy deeper into the sports stone. Tonight was a night, she said with tears shimmering in her eyes. This feels super special. The pressure of greatness. The arena was packed. Fans waved Belarusian flags. The crowd roaring as Sabalenka stepped through the smoke-filled tunnel under the glaring lights. Her silhouette looked larger than life. Strong, shoulders, powerful legs, fiery, determination. But behind the fire, beneath the thunder, there was vulnerability, too. She had been chasing this moment for so long. Being in the WTA Finals wasn't new. Winning wasn't new. But tonight's milestone, something deeper, something historic felt different, because for Sabalenka, this was personal, a culmination of the years she spent battling doubts, the times critics questioned her consistency, the heartbreaks of losses that nearly broke her spirit, the evolution from a raw powerhouse to a complete champion. Tonight was not about proving the world wrong. It was about proving herself right. The battle for history. Her opponent from the night was fierce. The rising star who had taken the tennis world by storm. A player known for her defensive mastery, her athletic brilliance, her ability to redirect, power like a river controlling a storm. The match was built as unstoppable force versus a movable object. Sabalenka smacked her first serve at 202 kmh. Her opponents somehow returned it. Rally after rally stretched across the court, like a war being waged between fire and ice. Fans watched breathlessly. Commentators shouted. Cameras flickered like lightning. But Sabalenka didn't falter. She didn't panic. She didn't collapse under pressure. Not tonight. Tonight, she was a storm with perfect control. She won the first set 6-3. She clenched her fist. She roared. But she didn't celebrate yet. History wasn't written in one set. The heart of a warrior. In the second set, her opponent came back swinging, breaking early, pushing Sabalenka wide, dragging her into long, punishing rallies. Sabalenka's lungs burned. Her legs screamed. Sweat dripped into her eyes. But something in her shifted. She remembered the night she trained alone, the moment she nearly quit, the endless travel, the heartbreaks, the pressure, the sacrifices her family made, the belief her team carried when she didn't. Suddenly, she wasn't just playing a set. She was playing for every version of herself that had fought to get here. She broke back. Crowd erupted. She lifted her chin, shoulders squaring like a warrior preparing for one final strike. The point that changed everything. At 4-4, the match hit its emotional peak. A rally of 17 shots. A backhand down the line. A running forehand from Sabalenka that barely skimmed the net. A desperate defensive lob from her opponent. Sabalenka sprinted back, leaped, twisted midair, and smacked the sky shattering overhead. Winner that landed cleanly inside the baseline. The arena went wild, shouting, jumping, clapping, screaming. People didn't just cheer, they believed. That point wasn't just a highlight. It was a moment destiny took shape. The last game, serving for the match at 5-2. For Sabalenka felt her nerves tighten. Her hand trembled. Her breath thickened. The weight of history pressed down on her, but she closed her eyes and whispered to herself, "You earned this." She tossed the ball, hit an ace. 15-0. She hammered a forehand winner. 30-0. Her opponent hit long. 42-0. 3 match points. 3 steps. From history, she tossed the ball once. Moore swung with everything she had. Her serve slammed into the far corner. Her opponent returned it weakly. Sabalenka stepped inside the baseline and with a calm, poetic stroke, she unleashed a forehand into the open court. Game set. Match Sabalenka. She dropped her racket. She covered her face. Her breath hitched. She had done it. The milestone. As the crowd roared, commentators shouted, "This is historic." What a moment for Sabalenka. A defining chapter in her career. But for Sabalenka, the explosion of noise faded into a blur. Her heartbeat thundered louder than the arena. She wiped her tears, shining. Unstoppable, unapologetic. Tonight wasn't about a single victory. It was about becoming the first Belarusian woman to reach this WTA finals. Milestone, her emotional speech. When Sabalenka took the microphone, she paused for a long moment, long enough for the arena to still, for the world to lean in. Then she smiled, tears spilling freely. "This feels super special," she began, voice trembling. The stadium erupted, but not because of the trophy. She continued, "It's special because of what it represents. Every challenge I faced, every moment I doubted myself, every step of this journey was worth it. Tonight, I feel proud, not just of the win, but the fighter I become." Her voice cracked. "I hope young girls watching this know that power comes in many forms. Strength is not perfect. Strength is persistence." She raised the trophy high, fire in her eyes, love in her heart, history in her hands. The world reacts. Social media exploded. Sabalenka is a legend, one of the most powerful performances of a year. Historic, emotional, iconic. Fans cried. Former champions congratulated her. Analysts called it career-defining. Meanwhile, her opponent embraced her, saying softly, "You earned this more than anyone." Sabalenka hugged back, strength and softness blending beautifully alone with her thoughts. Later, in the locker room, Sabalenka finally had a moment to breathe. She closed the door, sat on the bench, looked at her reflection in the mirror. Her mascara smudged her hair, messy, her skin glistening, but her eyes, they sparkled with a kind of joy she had never felt before. She whispered, "I did it, not for the world, not for the cameras, not even for the trophy, but for the girl she used to be, the one who cried after early losses, the one who doubted her serve, the one who wondered if she would ever be good enough." Tonight, answer that question. She was more than good enough. She was historic. The legacy begins as the arena lights dimmed and the world moved on to celebrations and headlines. Sabalenka walked onto the empty court one. Last time, she touched the baseline. She closed her eyes. She let the silence wash over her. This wasn't just a win. This was a beginning, a legacy, a milestone, a reminder to every athlete. Watching that history isn't made by accident. It's made through fight, sacrifice, courage, and the unshakable belief that you are meant for greatness. Sabalenka had believed, she had fought. She had risen. Tonight, she wasn't just a champion. She was a symbol, a storm, a star, a chapter in tennis history. And to her, in her own words, this feels super special. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share